Alright, so let us start our today's video. Before I start our today's video, let me give you some small introduction what we have studied in our previous video. Okay, so in previous video we have seen section 3.2.1 and section 3.2.2, that was about how metals react with water and with air. When the metals are burnt in air, what happens? Then how metal oxides react with water. Okay, then what are the reactivities of different metals? Okay, how do they react with cold water, hot water, steam? Okay, whether there are some metals which react with water or not, or with air or not. Okay, and a lot of other things we have seen. Okay, in today's video we will start from section 3.2.3, that is what happens when metals react with acids. Okay, about acids and bases we already have studied in our previous video, in our unit 2 videos. Okay, and I hope you have gone through that video very well. Okay, here we will use some concepts of unit 2 also. Okay, let me just say you something important, that is the pH value of acids are lesser than 7 and the pH value of bases are greater than 7. Okay, and the pH value having 7 is neutral, that is for water. Okay, and our blood is slightly basic. Okay, as we move above the value of 7 on pH scale, the concentration of OH minus increases, as well as when we go down below pH level 7, the concentration of O minus ions increases. Okay, so now let us start section 3.2.3, that is about what happens when metal reacts with acids. Okay, and before I start this video, I request you all to please go through the previous videos if you have missed it, and also if you are new to my channel, please subscribe it now. Okay, that is Pratik Singh Classes. Okay, please like and share it and hit the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a new video, you will get its instant notification. Alright, so starting our today's video tutorial, that is what happens when metals react with acids. You have already learned that metals react with acids to give salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so whatever metal react with acid, okay, they will give salt and hydrogen gas, but the formation of salt and the formation of hydrogen gas will be vigorously or mildly. It will depend on the activity of metals. Fine. So here, as it can be seen in this word equation, that metal plus dilute acid makes salt and hydrogen. Okay, this salt will be of metallic salt. Okay, but do all metals react with acids in same manner? Okay, let us find out with the help of activity 3.11. Collect all the metals except sodium and potassium again, because sodium and potassium reacts very vigorously, and once they get any source of oxygen, they catch fire, instant fire. That is why they are always kept inside the kerosene oil containers. Alright, or any other kind of liquid which do not have oxygen content. Fine. If the samples are tarnished, okay, then rub them to clean it with sandpaper. Tarnish means if it has any stain or rust on it. Caution: do not take sodium and potassium as they react vigorously even with cold water. Alright, so this thing we already have seen in the previous videos. Fine. Put the samples separately in test tubes containing dilute hydrochloric acid. Dilute hydrochloric acid means mild acid, or the amount of water content in the solution of HCl will be higher, or the concentration of HCl will be lesser in aqueous. Suspend thermometers in the test tubes so that their bulbs are dipped in the acid. Okay, so here you have to take different metals as given here, as given in activity 3.9, and also you have to put them in water containing this acid. Okay, that is hydrochloric acid, and then you have to put thermometer and find out whether the temperature has changed, increased or decreased. Okay, just keep the thermometer's bulb inside the solution and the metal in that solution of water and HCl, and find out what is the temperature change happens there. Okay. Observe the rate of formation of bubbles carefully. Whenever the metal will react with aqueous HCl or dilute HCl, it will create bubbles of hydrogen gas. Okay. Faster will be the reaction, faster will be the formation of hydrogen gas will happen there. Which metal reacts vigorously, that means very fastly, with dilute hydrochloric acid, and which metal did not reacted with HCl, and which metal when they have reacted with HCl, okay, dilute HCl, whether the temperature has changed, which metal did you record the highest temperature. Okay, that means when the reaction will happen and temperature will increase, that reaction will be an example of exothermic reaction. Now arrange the metal in the decreasing order of reactivity with dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, as you have seen. Write equations for the reactions of magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron with dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, and what do you get? Hydrogen gas is not evolved when a metal reacts with nitric acid. Do remember that. It is because nitric acid is a strong oxidizer, and because of its very high oxidizing probability, very high oxidizing performance, okay, activity, it oxidizes hydrogen and produces water itself, okay, and get reduced into nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen oxide, that is N2O, NO and NO2, different types of oxides of nitrogen. Okay, but magnesium and manganese react with very dilute HNO3 and they evolve hydrogen gas. You must have observed in activity 3.11 here in this one that the rate of formation of bubbles was faster in the case of magnesium. That means magnesium has reacted very fastly, vigorously with dilute HCl. The reaction was also most exothermic in this case. That means the temperature raised here when magnesium has reacted with HCl was very high. Okay, the reaction was almost exothermic in this case. The reactivity decreases in the order given here. It is the highest one is magnesium, then least aluminum, then zinc and then iron. Okay, in case of copper, no bubbles were seen and the temperature also remains same. That means here copper doesn't show any activity towards dilute hydrochloric acid. This shows that copper does not react with hydrochloric acid at all. Now coming to know about aqua regia. Okay, see here this thing we have seen. Where is that? About this one, hydrogen gas not evolved when a metal reacts with nitric acid, but something different is given here in the case of aqua regia. Aqua regia means royal water, okay, in Latin, is a freshly prepared mixture of concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. Okay, it can dissolve gold even though neither of this hydrochloric acid or nitric acid can dissolve gold separately. Okay, aqua regia is a highly corrosive fuming liquid. Okay, means it makes fume. In one of the few, it is one of the few reagents that is able to dissolve gold and platinum also. Platinum is least reactive. Okay, it is mostly used as catalyst in chemistry, but aqua regia, if platinum is dipped in aqua regia solution, okay, platinum will also get dissolved. Okay, so this is about section 3.2.3, that is what happens when metals react with acids. Now going to section 3.2.4. okay, I hope this is the last. No, one more is there, 3.2.5. Then we will have 3.3. Yes, fine. Now coming to section 3.2.4, that is how do metals react with solutions of other metal salts. Okay, to understand this, let us first do this activity 3.12. Take a clean wire of copper and iron nail. Okay, copper wire and iron nail are easily available around us. Okay, you can take out the cover of wire and you will get copper, and iron nails are easily available everywhere in every household. Okay, and it is also in the waste area. Put the copper wire in a solution of iron sulfate and iron nail in the solution of copper sulfate. That means here we have taken the salt of copper and dipped iron nail in that, and the salt of iron and dipped copper wire in that. Okay, and keep that immersed for 20 minutes and see what do you get, and write in your record note. In this test tube, did you find that reaction has occurred? Okay. In chemistry, we already have seen in unit 1 that, in chapter 1, that what are the symbols or what are the way you can find that a reaction has happened, and that is change in temperature, change in color, okay, evolution of gas, and a lot of other things we have seen in chapter 1. If you have missed, please go through the previous videos. Fine. In what basis can you say that a reaction has actually taken place? Okay, so by watching it that it has changed the color, okay, or any gas has evolved, or the temperature has changed. By these things we can say that a reaction has happened. Okay, now you correlate your observation with activity 3.9, 3.10 and 3.11 and write in your record notebook. And also while doing all the activities you have to write the balanced chemical reaction. Please take the help of your class teacher, and also we will see here in this video. Now name the type of reaction, whether it is addition reaction or substitution reaction or displacement reaction. A lot of other things you can see, whether it is endothermic or exothermic. Okay, just write based on your observation. Okay, reactive metals can displace less reactive metals from their compounds in solution of or molten form. Okay, that is the word might is right. We have seen in the previous section that all metals are not equally reactive. We checked the reactivity of various metals with oxygen and water and acids, but all metals do not react with these reagents. Means there are some metals which will react with any one but not with the other. Okay, or not to any one of them, like some are reactive with air but not with water, some are reactive with acid but not with water but with air, and a lot of other things we have known about metals and their activities. But all metals do not react with these reagents, so we were not be able to put all the metals samples we had collected in decreasing order. Means sometimes it happens that one react with the other but not with all, and in by situation like this we cannot put all the metals in reactivity series. Okay, displacement reactions studied in chapter 1 is better evidence about the reactivity of metals, because it says that higher will be the reactivity, okay, the metal will displace the lesser reactive metal from its solution. It is simply as easy that if metal A displaces metal B from its solution, that means A is more reactive than B. Okay, that is metal A plus salt solution of B makes salt solution of metal A plus metal B. Okay, that means here metal A is more reactive than metal B. Okay, so which metal, copper or iron, is more reactive according to your observation in 3.12 you have to write, and also answer that in the comment section of this video. Fine. Now coming to section 3.2.5, that is the reactivity series. Okay, the reactivity series is a list of metals arranged in order of their decreasing activities, the first the highest and the last the least. After performing displacement experiments, okay, displacement experiments are the best suited for finding out which metal is how much reactive with respect to the other metal. Okay, from activities 1.9 and 3.12, the following series is written in table 3.2. okay, and this is also known as activity series or metals reactivity. Okay, the most reactive is potassium. Okay, then sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold. Okay, you don't need to remember this series. The only thing we have to remember here is the first two and last two, that is potassium and sodium are highly reactive elements. Okay, they are so highly reactive that they can even react with water, okay, and catch fire. And then the least two reactive metals are silver and gold. Okay, so this is the reactivity series of metals. Okay, so then here we have the questions. Okay, so we have completed section 3.2.3, 3.2.4 and 3.2.5. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Okay, its questionnaire will happen on Sunday, that means after 2 days. Okay, I request you all to please ask your question in the comment section of this video. Okay, the best person who will question the innovative way will get some goodie from my channel. Okay, and at last, as always, I request you all to please subscribe my channel, like and subscribe it, and hit the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a new video, you will get its instant notification. In our next video, we will study from section 3.3, that is how do metals and non-metals react. Okay, so it is going to be very interesting as always, and I hope this is the about to end, okay, of this chapter. Fine. So till next video, take care of yourself. Bye bye.